take 25. Today I'm going to show you guys how to film it. Holy crud. Today I'm going to show you how to film an elegant product video that looks like this. Disclaimer. As you may know, I've been using Edelchrome products for a while. I really like the quality and build of those products. They actually sent me some of their products to feature in this video. So I'm going to show you guys how I use the Slider Plus Pro. In this setup, we're actually only using two lights. First, I have the Godox SL60W, and what I have on the Godox is a snoot. This actually came from the comments from my first whiskey video that I did. I didn't know about a snoot, and thank you to whoever put that on there. I will put their name underneath for the thanks for this. I got this on Amazon for only $23, and what a snoot does is it narrows it down a lot better than a PVC pipe that I was using, and it gives you a perfect label light. And then you have a honeycomb filter right here so it can break up so it's not as aggressive. And then the next light I have is the Aperture 300D Mark II. Holy crap, why can I not speak? All right. So this is the Aperture 300D Mark II, right? And I have it on the lantern, one of my favorite things. The reason why I'm using the lantern for this is because it gives a very even spread to the background. It's giving a little bit of a top light as well, but then we're having a nice even spread on the backdrop right here. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is if you want to take your backgrounds to the next level, people ask me all the time, are you using vinyl or paper? Well, obviously I haven't been using really any of that, but after talking to Daniel Schiffer, thank you Daniel Schiffer for this, is that paper backdrops are what a lot of professionals use, and that's gonna give you a lot better quality. You don't have to worry about wrinkles like you do with vinyl. You don't have to worry about the shadows or the fall off and how to light it, because what this paper does is it gives you a super nice curve, and that will give you this endless look that's super smooth. And the downside of paper is that it's gonna cost you a bit. These are about $80 a roll. These are Savage 9-foot rolls. You wanna make sure you get very wide rolls. 9 feet is prime and optimal to use because they will allow you to have the space that you need to not worry about you having your background out of frame. This is honestly super nice quality, and this is what I recommend if you're gonna do something that's really elegant and clean like this. I'm gonna show you guys in camera now what it looks like to turn both of these lights on just for this shot. And as you can see with the label light, if we don't have that on, it's a lot harder to read the label and the bottle doesn't stand out as much. When you're placing your label light, which is your front light source right here, what you want to do is you never want to place it straight on. You're gonna have a hot spot right on the center. What you want to do is kind of place it to the side, and most of the time make it look professional, you're gonna wanna place it from left to right. So you're gonna want the light to hit on the left side first, because just like how everybody reads is you read from left to right. So you want the brighter side to be on the left where the label, and then you want a nice angle to give it a soft gradient as it curves around the bottle. This is the company that I'm shooting today. It is Waterloo Gin. They actually sent me this to shoot this video for them. So they sent me 3 different flavors, and they're all different color labels. And the first shots that I'm doing is just, I'm gonna do the bottle shots. That's very typical. You know, I wanna make sure that the shots are nice and clean. And so I'm placing each bottle in the same point, and what I'm doing is doing the same exact push-in, and I'm using my Edelchrome to do that because I can guarantee the speed and I can guarantee that it's gonna be in the right place, and that's really important. And I'm controlling everything through my app right here, and this is why I love this slider, is because I don't have to worry about anything. Once I set up my points, I can literally put my 2 different points. So right here, it's gonna be my front point, just tap it, boom, it's gonna go to the same spot every single time. And so when I place this next one in, it's gonna be the same exact spot, same exact place, so I can seamlessly change to each bottle. For this shot, what I'm doing now is that we are actually gonna shoot all the bottles. So we line them all up. We kind of put the main bottle in the front and the other one's a little bit back. And all I did is move the snoot and label light a little bit more in front, just a little bit, so I'm not casting a shadow from the front bottle onto the back bottle. That's very important. And then the next thing that we're doing is we're using the grid in the camera. Make sure you have your grid set up and you can frame exactly and make pretty much precise measurements of exactly where the bottle should be so that there's no speculation or difference in between the bottles. You want some good symmetry with this, if that's what you're going for. For a more elegant look, you're gonna want some really nice symmetry. Oh, I love it. Oh, she is nice. Oh my God, babe. You gotta see this once you get a second. So I'm gonna show you guys a really cool tip and trick that I like to use with a motorized slider. And another reason why I really like this slider is when you're doing your shot and you wanna set your focus, say if you're using autofocus or you're using focus pulling or whatever. So the first shot I always do is I set the focus on the main center object, and then I'll do the movement, the exact movement, right? And then I will do another take and I'll focus on the farther back product. And then what I can do in post is I can line those two shots up knowing that they're gonna be the same exact shot, but now just different focuses. And then I can have both products in perfect focus. And that is actually a very cool trick. All right, so for those previous shots, I was shooting everything at 24 frames or 23.976. And now I wanna switch it to 60 frames. And so when you switch it to 60 frames, you always wanna be double on your shutter to give a smooth look. And so I am switching my shutter from 50 to 120. But the thing is you're trying to figure out, how am I supposed to match the same exact exposure when I do that? Because obviously when you up your shutter, it's gonna get darker. Here's the trick. So if you're at 50, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm at 125, that's 4 changes, right? And that means I just have to take my ISO and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Same exact exposure. So you can do that with anything. You can do that with your aperture, you can do that with your ISO, and you can do that with your shutter. If you change one, all you have to do is adjust it by the number of stops that you change to have your levels at the same amount. I have everything set up on the Lazy Susan now, the bottle, as you can see. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna change the slider to the angle and I'm gonna have it push in against the way the bottle's rotating. So if your bottle's rotating this way, say my thumb's rotating that way, I want the slider to go the opposite way and pan or parallax the opposite direction. So your camera should always, to make a cooler effect, instead of following it, you can follow, but a very cool way to do it is go the opposite. So as you're rotating this way, your camera's rotating this way. So they're actually kind of almost like gears turning against each other. All right, so the important part of this next step is you really want to get all the details of the bottle, like the branding, the distillery, the artwork, anything that you're going to find that's important. Make sure that you get all the details that you can. All right, so this next shot, what we did is we switched to a 16 to 35 and we put in fake ice cubes right here. You can get these on Amazon. They're just acrylic ice cubes. Way easier than using regular ice cubes because they melt really easily. And then we got a glass that we think represents really well for pouring into gin. And then what we did is we put the Godox right to the side on a diffusion. And what that causes is it makes a nice highlight to accentuate the glass. And then what Kendall's gonna do is just come in and place this lime right on the edge like that. And that was really easy, Kendall.
Tried.
I'm just joking. We had to do like 30 takes on it, so. So So now the shots that we're doing is that we're doing the close-up pour shots of the bottle only. And so we don't destroy our backdrop and get it wet for our last shot, is that we put towels around and you're using a bowl, which you can't see below, so we guarantee that we get it in. And then to make sure that we get all the gin back in, a really good trick is to use a funnel like so. So then we'll just pour it all back into this funnel. Boom, the bottle's full again. 3, 2, 1, go. So the next shot that we're gonna do is we moved our paper down here and we're just gonna do our top down shots to finish everything up. I moved the lantern down here to the side and turned it up a lot brighter. And then I put the Godox at an angle over here to give a little bit more edge to it. So now we're just gonna use the pants slider technique and we're gonna drop the ice, and then we're also gonna do one probe shot. All right, so this is a plastic bottle, a soda bottle that I cut, and I put the tape to match the gin bottle. It's larger so I can fit the probe lens through, and then I just connected to a C-stand with gaff tape, and then it's just practicing by just dropping in, out, as Kendall pours the gin. All right, I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. It's late. I'm a bit tired. I promise that I do more than just product videos. It's just in the situation right now. And once this is all over, I'm gonna be doing a lot more different kinds of tutorials for you guys on all the different shoots that I do. If you like the video, please share, comment, like, subscribe. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help. And until next time.